Okay. Hello, ladies.
Hi there.
Hi.
Yeah, Carla, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Yes, just for the people who is looking for, my name is Igor Bабошkин, НАШ ДОМ media from New York. We are working for the politicians in New York mostly, but we are in a good contact with Florida politicians too. So let's try to find out what is your program, what are you doing for. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and, go ahead.
Well, first I want to say thank you for having us this evening, and to let you know that I'm actually was originally from Jamaica. I now moved here.
Wow, Jamaica! I like Jamaica. You know, do you know
No, you're forgetting the man part. Oh, yeah, man. You didn't say that.
No, come on. Do you know Bonnie M group? Music group Bonnie M? No, you're so young. In my time, in the Malka time, it was a very popular group. They've been in Germany, but they're originally from Jamaica. Everybody, all the Russians knows they're Bonnie M. You have to find out the songs from Bonnie M, and when you will be with the Russian people singing the Bonnie M songs, and you know everybody will like you. It's just my first politician advice.
You're funny.
Right. How long have you been in America?
Quite some time, over 30 years. Long time.
Oh, your look story is.
That's why I said, a long time, over 30 years. Keep you guessing. So listen, with all facts, I am running for Congress in South Florida. It's usually, we're waiting for the district to be relined, but right now I have 90% of Broward and maybe like 10% of Miami. So.
What's the party you're going to represent in the Congress?
Republican.
Yeah,
Republican.
Oh, that's good.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised?
I'm Republican too.
Really?
Yeah, that's because I'm black. Everybody thinks because I'm black, I must be a Democrat.
Oh, the color?
It happens all the time.
You bring
the color, we're not talking, where are you from? So we just all Americans, correct?
Exactly. But I have to tell you, though, I think that's part of the problem. I think we should be representing all people. Even though we may have some differences, I still think it's very important that we don't judge and say, I'm only representing this group, or I'm only representing this kind of person or groups. So I'm not like that. I really think we have to do all the people. And somehow that's going to be the solution.
I'm supporting some people who is already in the Congress. And sometimes it's happened when there's someone going to the Congress and finally they forget about the place where they are from and they're working for the all America, all other countries, what's going on in Syria, what's going on in, Venezuela, Jamaica, and so on and so on. But when we're calling to the person and say, hey, listen, we are your voters. We send you to the Congress. And the first of all, you have to represent our community. And this is the very important. So what do you think? You will be different? You will be represent exactly the Miami, or you will be talking about the Jamaica?
Both.
Okay.
Are you taking care of Russia?
It's interesting because where I live, I would say a good 90% of my building, we have a lot of Russians and Ukrainians there. So, in fact, at a meeting with a gentleman yesterday, he was able to get his parents out of Ukraine. So he was very happy. We are at a time.
Are you familiar with the situation in Ukraine, correct?
Somewhat, yes. But
but I guess Malka, who is right now with you, and Malka will be explain what's going on there, because the Mr. Putin, who is the president of the Russia, illegally president, by the way, he is calling himself like a president, and he started the war against the people with the same ethnic group, and this is like a civil war. Right now in the Europe. In the center of the Europe, we got this civil war, which is terrific. This is terrible, and You have to know about that because there's some people in your community, Russian, Ukraine, and other people will be talking with you about that. It's you know you have to know about that. Okay, okay, okay.
Igor, you're not following your rules. You just said we must say America first, and now you turn into Russian-Ukrainian war.
I just say what she have to know about that because in the Congress anyway she will be in charge in some political issues. You know, when we are right now Congress voting for the support to Ukraine, you know, any congressman have to know what's the money go on. We are right now already spent $2 billion to support Ukraine, and this is $2 billion our money. This is our tax money, and our representative in the Congress have to know what's going on, why this money going to the Ukraine, why it's not going to the Russia. It's a two-part in the war, you know, Russia and the Ukraine. Why is the $2 billion going to Ukraine? Why is not going to the Russia? Maybe Mr. Putin is a good guy and maybe he needs the $2 billion. I don't know. And you have to know. And you have to know, okay? Malka?
I agree with you, but we will ask this question when Carla will be Congresswoman. Now she's the candidate, and I want you to know her as a candidate, as a wonderful, valuable person who deserves to get this chair. She's not our Congresswoman yet because her election was stolen last time, and I'm a witness how Debbie Wasserman-Schultz stole her election. And I'm advocating for Carla today because I was witnessing how our voices was stolen. And I want you to discuss today what we have to do to see the fair election on November.
Well, I think first as well, we have a lot of new people from all over the country now, just, you know, they're moving here to Florida. So what I would say, if you are now in Florida, they need to register so that they can vote. And I would also say, I would like for you to make sure you're voting the way that we're voting, because we love Florida. This is our home. We haven't had many problems in Florida. We haven't had many shutdowns. We haven't had a lot of different things in South Florida. Now, big pieces of Florida have been like that. But overall, we have a governor that stands up for this, for Florida, automatically. He does that. So we're very pleased, and we live like families here. It's a total melting pot in Florida.
Okay, Carla, could you tell us, please, do you have a support from the current governor, from DeSantis? Do you talk to him, and what is your correlation with the current Republican governor, please?
I've met him multiple times. I think he's a very fair gentleman. I think he loves our country, and I think he defends Florida tremendously. He understands what's going on, and he's doing everything he can within the community to make sure that we do have a safe election coming up in 2022 in August and November. So, of course, early voting starts in July as well, but we are very, very comfortable knowing that Ron DeSantis is taking up for us in here in Florida.
Because we already start talking about the DeSantis, my question is regarding his election. Because we already start talking about the DeSantis, my question is regarding his election. What is your view? Is the DeSantis has a real comparative from the Democratic Party, or he is strong and 100% sure what he will be reelected, or it's maybe some problems, and we really need the support from our community to support DeSantis, because sometimes, it's a big mistake when the politicians who is already sitting in the place, he's thinking what he is not movable, it's mean he will be reelected automatically. But right now, as I know, a lot of Democrats going to running for this place, and what do you think? What's the chances for the DeSantis to be reelected?
Why, I can tell you that we are working diligently. Even candidates that are running right now, we're all making sure that we're also spreading the message that we have to re-elect Governor Ron DeSantis. We're pretty confident that he will. Even the Democrats now are realizing, what if we were like New York? What if we end up going like California? We can't afford that. We still have beautiful Florida, and we need people that are strong, who can stand up for Florida. He's standing up for the children. He's standing up for the school. He's standing up for all of us. And I think that's very important. We have to acknowledge that. And that goes with, I should say, more informed. And that's the message that we need to get out to the communities, that we stand for Ron DeSantis, and we also know what his policies are. And I think that's what makes Florida exceptional.
Could you tell us a little bit about your position? It's mean you are going to replace some Democrat, or what's the place? Is it open space, or it's you know, who is right now that represent this district?
Igor, I want to add a couple words. Carla is above our Florida state. She's running for higher position. She's fighting for the seat and represent us in the federal level. You know, it's more valuable position.
I understand. That's exactly my question is, who is right now represent this district?
Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She is a Democrat, and she's been there forever, and have done really nothing for the communities. Doesn't matter which one, they're still lacking. So she needs to be retired, and I'm definitely the candidate to do that. And
we have experience, Igor, from former Soviet Union. We know the time when Brezhnev and his people, you know, Communist Party occupied the, you know, leadership in our Soviet Union, and finally Soviet Union collapsed because of people who stay there forever, like, you know, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She's a very popular person, and I'm surprised you keep asking who is this person. She's very, you know,
she used to be the head of the DNC. That makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, she been a leader of the Democratic Party, and you know, it's not easy to kick her out. Because
but the space will be open, or she will be reelected. She's going reelected.
She is fighting. She's fighting to keep her seat.
Oh, she's fighting.
Yes.
Okay. It's not an open space. I got not open. Yeah, I got you.
I don't know.
Because it's no limits. Don't be surprised. It's important.
Yeah, in the Congress is no limit. Yeah, every 2 years there election, but no limits. Yes, of course.
Trump said many times maybe we should do some limits, term limits, but it's no term limits. They're forever there. It's something wrong with. We have to change it. And Carla, she's fighting so hard, and I want you to ask Carla about her background. Mm-hmm. She's a Navy veteran, and she.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Could you tell us about that, please?
Well, I was in the Navy for 4 years, active duty. I was stationed in California, and the first part of my tour, I worked with the career counselor, with the chief. And then the last part of my tour, it's in the civilian world, it's actually called logistic department. So that's what I did. And right after that, I came to Florida, and I went to, I am a registered nurse. I have a master's in nursing and also in education. So I worked at the VA hospital to continue my service. And I think that's needed. I think the people are hurting, because even now, I think this whole event, which I feel very bad for the people in Ukraine, but we also have people here that are suffering tremendously. I see so many homeless people. So many people are on the verge of losing their homes, who were at once the middle class. Now the middle class is getting to be part of the poor. And, you know, as someone who's been in the military, I still take up for my veterans because they have sacrificed their lives for us to have this lifestyle that we have. And the least we can do is to make sure that they have homes that they can live. And also the young people, they're struggling too, you know, and we spend our money all over the entire globe and forget about the American people. And I don't think that's what we should do. I think we have to have a strong presence. But at the same time, I think we need to make sure that the American people, that they're okay, because once we're okay, the world is okay. But if you have big problems in America and they're not satisfied, then it's only going to cast an imbalance. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. And, you know, because you're in the medical system, you probably have more knowledge regarding what's the problem in the medical system right now. You're in a veterans hospital, correct?
Yes.
And yes, and, you know, Trump told us many times was the veterans program for the medical coverage is a problem, and a lot of veterans doesn't have the real medical programs, and so I guess you have to point on these problems in the future if you will be in the Congress. This is very important. Our veterans, it's very important for us because they're fighting for us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then another thing that I think is also important right now, a lot of people also very, very, within the district that I've spoken with, they're very sad. Some are having anxiety, some are having panic attacks, you know, and they're lost. They're lost, and they need guidance, you know. So
Okay, so it's sad. It's so sad. Carla, I really appreciate what you are running like a Republican for the so important place for the Florida for all of us. And you will be our voice in the Congress, I guess. And let's keep in touch. And you know, we will be look forward. How's your campaign going? And I just wish you will win. And
Igor, I want to
yes.
ask the last question. May I?
Yes, sure.
I want to ask Carla what we should do, how we can assist, how we can help brave people like Carla Spalding to get elected. What of each of us can do to get people who's really representing us?
a boost. Well, first we really need volunteers. That's number one. And we also need donations, because donations is what tremendously help us, because we're able to get billboards or just signs, be able to have staff, be able to do a lot of things, and that's necessary for a campaign to be very successful. So if we can look at Carla, C-A-R-L-A, and then F-O-R for Congress.com, you'll see my website. Please go and whatever you can do to assist us.
Yes, I'm with you. Sorry.
That's okay. Carla Spalding for Congress, C-A-R-L-A, and then S-P-A-L-D-I-N-G for Congress.
Yeah, we will put it on the screen. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and of course, the people have to be registered like a Republican, because when they're registered for the special party, they can find out who will be the winner in the primaries. Of course, you will have the primaries, I guess, and so we'll see. We'll see. Okay, we invite everyone to waiting for you, and hope you will be well.
I hope so too. I'm sure we will. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you too for being with us, Carla, for Congress.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck. Good luck.